everybody. This is the inaugural episode of the Outsiders Podcast. The Outsiders Podcast is a new take on wrestling podcasts all over the world. First, we're not like any of those other bitch-ass podcasts that sit here and mainstream and all that stuff, and all they're going to talk about is kissing the WWE's ass. What we're here is we're real wrestling fans. We're here to tell you guys exactly how things should be and what's really best for business. My name is Mean Dean. I've been a wrestling fan all my life. The first match I remember seeing is a Big Boss Man and Akeem facing off against Hulk Hogan when he was going through his Mega Power thing. I'm going to introduce you to Tom E. Guns.
What? My name's Tom E. Guns. Been a wrestling fan for about 27 years. My first memory is probably The Undertaker and Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
I would think, I've been watching it before then, but my first solid memory is him with the coffin and Paul Bearer going, "Oh, yes!"
Was it when they used to show the kids in the audience?
Oh, yeah.
Like, close their eyes?
Scared the shit out of me.
Right. All right, JG, what's up?
Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is JG. Been a wrestling fan for about 27 years as well. My first memorable moment will always be green stuff just pouring out of the Ultimate Warrior's head. I swear, I thought Papa Shango really cursed this man, and this man was about to die. Laugh as you may, it was a phenomenal time being that young and just enjoying the actual beauty of wrestling.
I thought that was vomit.
I knew it was some sort of goo or something, but I thought it was real. I thought Ultimate Warrior was gonna die.
I'm telling you, fellas, I thought he was gonna die. No ifs, ands, or buts. I thought next morning I was gonna read in the obituary, Ultimate Warrior is gone.
Dude, what's really funny is that's the first time they made him look weak too, and it was the scariest shit in the world. Even Hogan couldn't make Ultimate Warrior look as weak as Papa Shango. That's for sure.
Not at all. And everybody wants to diss Papa Shango still to this day.
That curse is wicked, man.
Yeah, when was that? Was that on a Superstars or a main event?
Saturday night.
Saturday night main event on NBC.
Yes, sir.
My
Good
God.
stuff.
Do you remember what year that was?
No, that I don't. I was about 8, so I don't know, maybe
early
about
90s?
26 years ago.
92? 90?
91, 90, somewhere around there.
Okay, that's cool. All right, guys, so what we're going to do is we are going to jump in to the Outside Talk segment. We have a few categories to go over today. We have Rumble Talk, Fallout, we got WrestleMania predictions, Samoa Joe's call-up, Seth Rollins' current injury. First, guys, let's start off with Rumble. Some really pissed off people, right?
Oh, amen.
Especially if you paid $55 for the
Yeah,
pay-per-view.
dude, why don't you just get the network? So it was because you didn't have the thing to get the network,
I didn't have
right?
the network. I had the network at one time, and then they weren't charging me, so I was watching shit for free. Then you go to plug in the computer to the TV. You don't have the fucking network, so you're like, I ordered the network I ordered the Rumble because I wanted to see surprises, but later.
I get it, yeah.
Yeah.
It was rough.
I won't lie, Josh, me and you were talking very solidly about the Rumble for at least the last month. Man, I thought it was going to be an epic event, legendary.
We did.
Some of it lived up to some of the hype, but overall, I got some issues, and you'll definitely hear those a little later.
One of my issues, the first match.
Would you have a problem with the first match for?
I love seeing the women's revolution. I love it, but I'm tired of seeing someone going by their last name winning every pay-per-view.
You talking about Charlotte?
Talking about Charlotte. I love the fact that she's multi-generational wrestler. Her dad, one of the greatest of all time. But
Sure.
Woo!
Can we be honest? To be the man, you got to beat the man.
But she's not the
So
man.
you're saying Charlotte's a man?
Have you seen her?
Sometimes.
That's fucked up.
Have you seen her? No, honestly, Bayley is... Something about Bayley I love. I don't know what it is, but she seems awesome, in my opinion.
JG, I think Tommy's turning into one of those 13-year-old fans. You need a hug from Bayley now?
I would take a hug from Bayley any day of the week.
Get Tommy his own personal hugger. Just waving his hands in the air.
Right. I'm all right with Charlotte. I think she's good, man. I mean, I really don't trip on that stuff unless it's somebody like I know JG has a problem with that came out in the Rumble. But I think Charlotte's fine. I I think she can carry the match. The one problem I had with her for quite some time when she first came out was that she's just real sloppy. She was doing her moonsaults and she just wasn't hitting right, or she wasn't lined up right to be caught right. It was a little sloppy. The match, though, what did you think of the match?
I'm going to continue on with your sloppiness. For me personally, the problem with the very first match was for the first half of the match, it was extremely sloppy. I'm watching these women miss spots. I'm watching them miss routine moves. I don't have a problem with the Divas Revolution. I get it. There are some phenomenal women wrestlers out there.
It's not the Divas Revolution anymore.
Oh shit! It isn't.
It's not.
They're women now, dude.
Oh, sorry.
They stopped that in WrestleMania, man. You gotta get with the times.
Pardon me. But now, this day and age, man, I've seen better women wrestlers elsewhere than inside that big corporation we call the WWE.
That's fair. I mean, I agree. I think Charlotte can really carry the emotion of the match, which is the reason why it's so good now is because nobody does the type of emotion that her or Sasha or Bayley does in the ring. A lot of the guys, they won't even job moves anymore. I mean, that's just the bottom line. They won't. Don't sue me, Stone Cold. I didn't mean to use bottom line. And it's just crazy to me to watch some of these guys, try to take a suplex and then just get back up like nothing happened.
Or a DDT.
A DDT, dude. That was Jake the Snake's finisher.
Now it's a halfway through the match move.
Or should we say, Mr. Superman, the man who constantly, no matter what move you put on him, he just seems to continue on like he's the most amazing thing in the world.
Are you talking about?
Don't worry about that guy. I'll
are you
get
talking
back to
about
him
Mr.
later.
Make-A-Wish? Or?
No, not that guy. I got my problems with him, but at least he does nice things for everything. And let's be honest, he does huge things for the Make-A-Wish. No, somebody else we're going to talk about a little later. Trust me, I got
well over a decade of getting shit on. He earned his respect a little bit. So Charlotte, I understand that. I guess for me, I really have to give props to KO and
Owens
the unnamed in this one. When he set up the chairs, first of all, that was ridiculous. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was like,
I was excited.
Something bad is going to happen.
I looked at my lady. I go, holy shit!
Of course,
chairs.
KO goes through it because they're not trying to put somebody else through it, right? But man, that match had a lot. They didn't focus a lot on the shark cage, which was stupid. That was just a pointless part of it.
The knuckles.
He dropped the knuckles, but you didn't even know Jericho was up there half the time because they didn't even show him on camera. That's true. I mean, the knuckles definitely help, but if it was like the knuckles, the brass knuckles, and then the finisher, that would be much more impact. But it was a great match overall.
I want to keep on lines with what you're talking about. For me, it was the Sharkades that kind of killed it for me. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the match was phenomenal itself. But for the Sharkades, I think they did a better job that Monday night when Jericho's holding on to it as it's lifting up and then he catches a Superman punch.
Right.
That one guy who kind of looks like a werewolf. I'm not even going to mention his name till a little bit later.
Is it somebody's cousin?
He's unmentionable.
Could be.
It's somebody's cousin?
Is he a part of the bloodline of the Illuminati in WWE?
Yeah. And speaking of Illuminati, you guys seen the new intro with the eye? What is going on there?
Right. That's funny. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to WrestleMania predictions. Pick a match. Which one do you think is going to happen, JG?
For me, the match I would like to see at this year's Rumble, as crazy as it sounds, I want to take it back. I want to see something I've already seen before in the TNA days. I want to see Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle. I think that would be phenomenal for Mania. How many people would view in? Perfect way to start Kurt Angle's farewell tour.
That would be insane.
That'd be awesome. Kurt Angle at WrestleMania. Anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone you put Kurt Angle with would be gold.
Yep.
But come on, we could get the headbutt again, like they did in TNA, with the real blood flowing out the head. Like
the first thing he did.
Yeah. Just walk up, headbutt. Like they were so aggressive. Like they put on phenomenal matches. Let's just go ahead and see it again on the big stage, the grandest stage of them all.
And 50,000 people chanting Kurt Angle's "You suck."
Is that disrespectful? I'm not trying to get off topic, but it's like, I get that it was an homage, but I was like, damn, that dude has been away for so long.
When they introduced him as a entry into the Hall of Fame, they were playing his music. The crowd was saying,
I heard it, yeah.
I think it's a term. It's like a term of endearment now.
Agreed.
Like you go to a crowd and you get booed.
That's true.
If they're talking about you and they're booing you, they're still thinking about you.
All right, Tommy, what match?
Oh boy, what match anything with AJ Styles.
Sure.
Oh yeah. Phenomenal.
Anything with. I've liked him since TNA. I watched him a little bit in New Japan. Just that guy can ball.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, that man can carry a match himself.
Yeah.
Reminds me of this one-time great that I used to know. Now, keep in mind, AJ is more athletic, does a lot more quote-unquote, not technical things, but he does remind me of a Bret Hart. Once again, a man who could carry a match himself.
He reminds me of a Bret Hart that can do aerial moves.
Exactly.
He reminds me more of a Mr. Perfect. And it's because he's technically sound, but he's also got the mic skills and he's got the aerial. So if AJ was in the 80s for me, it would have been perfect.
Oh, wow.
I have to agree, man, but let's be honest, man. The 80s, early 90s, that was the greatest times we're going to see for a minute.
No.
Man.
Mid-90s.
You want mid-90s?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mid-90s to late 90s. I'm still 32 years old. I still like the Attitude Era into other stuff because
Right, yeah.
that's more what I
got you. I will never
get you.
hate on that. That's phenomenal.
But all right, since we talked about Styles real quick, off topic. Sorry, favorite Styles move.
Oh, Spinal Tap for me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Spinal
Pele
Tap.
for me.
Pele. That move. That's like a soccer. Like I don't like soccer.
Homage to the greatest soccer player.
Spinal Tap, he's only used like 5 times in his career, and is one of the most insane twists in the air I've ever seen.
What about the Styles Clash?
Styles Clash is a great finisher. It's original, for sure. Breaks necks, right?
Literally.
They don't want you using it no more.
Yeah.
So shit.
I know. Yeah,
What
what are they
about
going to
James
do?
Ellsworth almost getting his life destroyed by it?
God.
Thank God AJ was there to tell him what he did.
See ya. See ya. You have no spot in WWE.
In terms of my match I want to see, I would like to see, I guess the way things are going, I'd like to see
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax. No, I'm just kidding. Nia Jax sucks. What? So, I know it's going more towards Brock and Goldberg for the title, likely. I would personally like to see Joe and Brock. Joe's probably number 2 on my list of favorite wrestlers of all time, just because I've watched him come up, but that would be my match.
I think that would be a phenomenal match.
Yeah.
As we were discussing earlier, I think they match up perfectly together.
Yeah.
If there's ever going to be anybody who fans realistically believe could beat down Brock, it's going to be Joe. Joe's got the aggression. Joe's got the physique. Not only that, let's just be honest. He's just a badass.
They're both. I like them both, but they kind of miss some areas in it to me, you know? Like, they go out, and they're like bulls in a china cabinet, you know? They're too...
Tommy, you could leave. I'm just kidding.
No, you know what I'm saying? I love them both, but you see something, you're like...
It's not super crisp. That's part of the allure to the match, is that it's not crisp and it's stiff,
But seeing Samoa Joe is... That was 6 to midnight.
Thank you. Speaking of Joe, 6 to midnight, Tommy?
Yeah.
What was your reaction the first in his call-up?
On Monday night?
Yeah.
I had to rewind it twice. I go, holy... You gotta be kidding me.
Right.
That made up for the $55 that I spent on Sunday.
Yeah, I mean,
That totally made up for everything because you weren't expecting it. But
No,
it
not
was
at
better
all.
to call up than a guy from TNA who was awesome in TNA went to Next because they got a lot of TNA guys.
yeah, man, like I said, Joe's one of my favorite guys, and I'll push him verbally to anybody. But I don't know whether to be pissed off or happy. To sit in NXT for what, like 2 years,
Yeah,
right?
It was 2 years.
Yeah.
2 years in NXT. One of those, I'm sorry, 6 months of those, he had a title run, maybe, and that was between him and Finn and him and Shinsuke, which both, again, great competitors. Phenomenal matches all the way around. Like, I don't know whether to be pissed that he wasn't on the main roster to begin with, or whether I should let it go because that was part of his deal to begin with. Like, obviously we're fans, we don't know what the hell goes on back there and stuff, and we could say we know what we want, or we know what's going on, but that's not the truth. The bottom line to me is that they wasted their fucking time on Samoa Joe, and now Joe's old, and now we gotta fucking deal with him having another 3 years in the goddamn, in WWE. Like, I know it's not gonna be 3 years, but it's the same way I feel about AJ. And AJ was a little different because he came to the main roster, and of course he blew up like he was gonna be.
But he should have been there earlier.
Yeah, but Joe's on his level.
Completely.
Close.
Completely.
He's so close.
Some of the best TNA matches are Joe and AJ.
But do you think it's like the ring work level two, like ring work and mic work. How do you think you got to have?
Joe's better. Joe's way better on the mic than AJ is.
Yeah.
AJ got taught by Christian in TNA on how to be on the mic. Otherwise, he was like, "Hey, I'm a farmer, and you better not punch me." Like, and then Christian came in, and he got way better. But Joe has always been good on the mic.
Not to my boy JD from New York, 206. But I think he says it best, guys. The reason AJ came straight to the card and not through NXT first is because of what the WWE was having to deal with during Royal Rumble and Mania last year. They had a lot of injuries, a lot of superstars weren't on the card. Hey, why don't we bring out the world's best?
And if you watched that pay-per-view last year, you shat when you heard the music and you saw him come out.
Yeah, lost my mind. I won't even lie. I was like a giddy little schoolgirl. I thought the day I never thought would happen finally happened.
And again, that same motherfucker sitting in the ring looking at AJ. Like, who is this guy? I can't, like, why is this guy in the middle of all these great moments? Like, they're not his moments either. They're other people's moments. That was great, though. That was a great Rumble. Not a great Rumble per se, but having AJ be there, that's all I needed to see. But yeah, Joe, I mean, JG, what do you think of the call-up? You think that was the right move, right time, or what?
Perfect timing. I'm glad they didn't do it at the Rumble. The reason I'm glad they didn't do it at the Rumble is, in my opinion, if they had to put Joe in the Rumble, he'd had to win. He's just one of them characters. Sorry, not characters. He's one of those that are just transcending to the world. Like if he was in it and lost, honestly, I'd have had more issue with that than him just not being in it at all.
That's fair.
I think if you bring up someone like all of us as wrestling fans, you wanted that big surprise at the Rumble.
Yeah.
You didn't get it, so you turned into Raw because
it seems like Vince is just working fans to death on the Rumble. Anytime the Rumble comes around, he's just like, "Oh, you think Kenny Omega's gonna show up? Guess what?
Suck it."
Speaking of the devil, I lost 2 entries because Joe and Omega weren't there.
Yep. Who did you have one in the Braun Strowman?
I had Braun winning.
Yep.
The lead up every week was him just fucking being a badass. You're like,
and even 5 minutes before the Rumble, when they're all predicting that this fool's gonna win.
Yeah.
But then you should have known that when they lead up with guys going like that, you got to know, hey, it's gonna be someone out of left field.
Tommy had Braun, JG had Joe and Kenny Omega. And both weren't even slated for the Rumble, right? I did have Joe, but I also had Sami Zayn, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I thought Zayn was going to get a big push, but...
Honestly, they should have ran Zayn out at number 1. He'd have been perfect for the number 1 position. Could have ran him out, let him last to the final 4. Honestly, I think that could have did a little more than his first character than him coming out at number 8. Number 8's just one of those numbers where there's really no excitement because you're not at the beginning, you're not at the end, you're just kind of one of those guys.
Speaking of like numbers, Chris Jericho. By the way, he's lasted the longest in the Rumble.
I mean, the man's a machine, that's for sure.
I'm a Jericho-holic from back in the day.
Yeah, I mean, Jericho was way better back in the day, but his run now is actually really good.
I think I've always been a fan.
It's so stupid, when you think about the list, like that dude listed off it was 1,004 holds or something against Dean Malenko.
Right.
The greatest list ever still to date.
It rolled down to the mat. Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, the dude knows, Jericho knows his shit, man, about wrestling. He is one of the tops.
Quick side topic, and let's just be honest, his scarves are amazing.
Scarves, right? You know what's funny?
What
did Cam say? The Scarf Man? Is that what he called him?
The Scarf Man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just part of his persona, but if he's enjoying it, it's like shit. It's hard to knock him.
I'll take his paycheck any day of the week.
What do you think he gets paid?
A lot. He's probably getting a couple mil a year.
Jericho, if you're listening to this podcast, tell us how much you get paid. We're interested.
I listen to your podcast, Jericho, so, yep. You listen to ours.
Yeah, Jericho's good. I mean, overall, we could end on the overall, in terms of Rumble talk, we could end on the overall Rumble talk. So, happy, pissed off?
For me, I'm not pissed. Can't say I'm happy, but I'm a little above content. I like the show they put on. Sure. I just when things went different, they had me really invested until about the 25th entrant. And that's when things just went sour.
Sure, yeah. Tommy, was it worth your $55?
No, not really.
Okay.
No. They built the Rumble pretty much, in my opinion, around three guys. The payoff show before the Rumble was Goldberg, Lesnar, and Taker.
Sure.
You have Lesnar entering the Rumble, kicking ass.
Yeah.
Goldberg, you're out of here, fucker. Then Taker comes in, everyone creams their jeans, and then he gets taken out.
Why is Taker such a big deal this year?
He's going away.
He's on his final hoorah.
Good, get the fuck out, dude. I mean, don't get me wrong. I told you this. I love Taker. Taker's definitely in my top 10, but it's over, dude.
He's like that dog that keeps.
You have a 35-year-old wife,
and she's hot.
I kind of look at it as Bill Belichick for the New England Patriots.
Fuck.
If I can get you out 1 year earlier than 1 year later, I'm doing my job.
Illuminati, right?
He should have been out the year he lost at the Royal Rumble. I hate to say it, but he shouldn't have never, that streak, you lose at the Royal Rumble, he should have came back on Raw, said, it's been fun, I'm going to rest in peace.
Yeah.
Mic drop. But now you keep bringing them back, and guess what? People pay for it, too.
Yeah.
So, Tommy, before we move on, I know you said it wasn't worth your $55, but if you paid the $9.99 for the network, would it have been worth your money then?
I probably would have asked for $4.50 back.
Oh my gosh.
I'm still gonna keep watching, but it's like freaking one of the Zack Ryder's butt buddy. Who's that guy?
You talking about Mojo Rowley?
Mojo Rowley comes out.
Get hyped.
Get hyped's ass. I don't need to see that guy.
Yeah, actually, I didn't really give a shit.
I don't
about
need
Mojo.
to see Sin Cara in a Royal Rumble or Kalisto or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
No, I don't need to see that shit because guess what? I know you're going over the top rope.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
these are there's just statues, man. That's all
monkeys.
it is. Yeah.
You're not gonna get like a Rey Mysterio to win the Royal Rumble again because guess what? It ain't gonna happen.
Right.
No.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and jump into the finisher segment. 1 minute per subject. JG, will Seth Rollins work WrestleMania?
All the reports I hear, looking at about an 8-week injury, and I figure them to continue on with the Triple H story, which, honestly, will look phenomenal.
Is he going to slay the king?
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. Yeah.
You got to get that real baby face turn, and that's definitely going to put him over the top.
He's already slaying his wife, so
all right.
he's slay the king too. But will he work the Rumble? I don't see it happening.
The Rumble?
I mean,
talking about WrestleMania.
Will he work WrestleMania? Sorry, I don't see it happening. Just you got 8 weeks. That's a solid injury. I don't think he's gonna come back. It's gonna take time. He's probably gonna come back SummerSlam.
SummerSlam? I mean, that's
You
that's
might
fair.
want to nurse it a little bit. Don't come back too early.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want Seth to come back too early, but I do see him coming back. Missing 2 Manias in a row for a guy that went out on top at 31 the way he did, cashing in the Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't see him missing this one, but then again, I mean, how hard are Triple H and Seth going to go at WrestleMania if they're going to fight? It might not be that great of a match.
Do you think it'll be a main event?
Yeah,
Because
Triple H is in it? Yeah. All right. Is Samoa Joe too dangerous in the ring, Tommy?
I really don't see it. I don't think he's too dangerous. Yeah, he's aggressive, but you're not playing Chutes and Ladders. You're not playing a board game. You're wrestling. You better expect to be worked.
Yeah.
If you're afraid to get injured, you might as well hit the bricks.
That's it.
For me, it just falls back to one key moment, man. Owen Hart, one of the most phenomenal wrestlers, grew up in the dungeon. Everybody knows this story. Broke Stone Cold's neck, man. If you could do that, Joe just twisted his knee, got a little too excited. It was his first night being called to the main card. All that adrenaline rushing. Hey, mistakes happen.
Yeah. And in my opinion, I agree with both of you. You know, as far as I'm concerned, Bret Hart can suck my dick because just like Tommy said, just like JG said, injuries fucking happen. If you don't want to be in there, get the fuck out. So Bret Hart, shut the fuck up for once. Excellence of execution, my ass. He's an excellent fucking pussy over here.
Crying.
He is a bitch. I love Bret Hart. Again, another guy I love, but don't take your aggressiveness on Goldberg ending your career out on other people just because it was some random bullshit move. Goldberg love tapped you, bitch. That was a straight kick.
I guess after he fell off that bike, he kind of got a little sensitive.
Jesus Christ.
Okay,
Oh my God. Are you excited, JG, for the build to WrestleMania 33 so far?
I'm getting there. For me, to let you guys on a little inside information, Randy is definitely in my top 5 of all time, just personal opinion. So I'm really excited to see where they go with the story. I kind of have some ideas on where it's leading. But, I just really want to see where this builds up to. I think it could be a phenomenal finale if they go the correct way with it.
Yeah.
What way would that be? I have no idea.
Putting Bray over.
What do you think?
I love, you said putting Bray over. I thought Bray Wyatt should be main event status.
Bray should have been over a while ago.
He should have been main event status a long time ago.
Yep.
It's starting, the Wyatt family starting to lose its luster after a while. They came in as this dominant.
Isn't it? Yeah.
You're sitting there like, you don't even get scared no more when their music hits. You're just like, okay. Like,
for me, I just love hearing Bray talk. I know sometimes he says the craziest thing ever. He's like the new age macho man. Just says the most random things that you kind of just got to sit back and calculate in your mind. But come on, let's all be honest. He's a superstar. He should have been over a long time ago. Should have been held in this belt. And if it really progresses that way, I'm very excited to see what the future holds.
I'm very big on mic skills. Do you think he's the best mic worker in the industry today? Well, in WWE.
He's real close up there for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say he's up there. Top 5 somewhere.
For sure. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty early, but I don't know how I feel about Bray and Orton. I don't think, SmackDown really has to push that match for me to be really interested in it.
It seems too pushed.
Right. A little bit. Yeah. All right. Last subject. Tom E. Kenny Omega. Is he going to be a WWE superstar one day?
Not anytime soon.
Yeah.
I don't see it. Don't see it anytime soon. If it didn't happen last weekend, it's probably not going to happen for a little bit.
That's true. Well, I don't know. He got me all hyped up when I saw him sign number 30 on a WWE thing for the Rumble, so I got really excited, but that was also not too long after I watched Wrestling Kingdom 11, watched him main event, what was it, like a 40-minute match or something just ridiculous. It was crazy, so what about you, JG?
For me, you know how I feel about the Omega. I love this man. I think this man should have been over from New Japan a long time ago, but I understand what he's doing. Right now, he is the hottest thing in wrestling. WWE, New Japan, worldwide, Kenny Omega is the hottest thing. So what he's doing, he's biding his time. Let me go ahead and put in another year over in New Japan, make my value even worth more, and then I'm going to sign the big bucks over the WWE and let Vince know. You're going to give me a hard push right off the bat. And I can't wait to see Kenny Omega as champ.
Kenny Omega we were thinking number 30, but what happened at number 30? You tell us.
He slipped out, man. He slipped out. That's on me. I should have listened to, once again, JD from New York. He was ahead of the time, said it out there, put it out there. Mega wasn't going to be there. I didn't know. That's my fault, not anyone else's.
So who took number 30 then? Your boy?
Oh, okay. So let's carry on to this.
Oh, shit.
So I do have a huge issue. Right after the Rumble, I go home. I listen to JD from New York like I always do after the big shows. Guys, tune into him. He's extremely, extremely on point with everything he talks about. But one of the things he brought up was Roman Reigns coming out at number 30. On my way home, it was irritating me a little bit, but it wasn't fully there yet. Yeah. After I listened to JD, I'm like, oh my God, this man is right about everything. There has never been a champion or somebody in a title match earlier in the night come out as the 30th entrance. It's once again Vince McMahon trying to push this piece of crap in our face, make us like him when we don't want to. Fellas, I am so sorry, but I am sick and tired of what the WWE is doing with Roman Reigns. He's garbage. He literally said on this show that he is the man. Who the hell in their right mind has the audacity to say you're the man on live TV? You want to say that backstage? Fine, go ahead. But if you want to say that on the main stage, boy, you need to sit back down with the fans because you ain't nothing bigger than them. You know what, guys? I'm sick of this shit. I'm out of here. Take care.
JG, hold up. Dude, what are you doing? Dude.
Man, forget this. I'm tired of this, man. I'm done. I'm done. This show is done after one.
Jesus, JG is fucking
Get your shit together.
Well, I guess I'm here to close off the show. For Mean Dean,
Justin, stop
JG,
walking.
I'm Tommy Guns. Tune in on the 10th for the Outsiders Podcast. We're out.